Alright, and I think that's live. It's been a while. I think the last time I streamed was like end of January. Just things have been busy the last few months. However, I will have some time to myself again. So I'm hoping to get into streaming a bit more again. And I was kind of thinking over what games I should try streaming. One that came to mind was Red Dead 2. I haven't gone through that, but that's a long game. I think a friend told me that it's like 80 hours, not including the side content, like if you just try to speedrun the main narrative. Which I think easing back in, I don't want to do like what's probably going to end up being like a 120, 150 hour game. I did think about Disco Elysium, because I tried a little bit of that for about an hour, and that was interesting. But I'm sure many of you have heard Persona 6 was announced like a month or two ago. And around that time, I figured, you know what? Before Persona 5 came out, Catherine came out, and that was kind of like a test of their level design and their graphics engine. Like, for the people that don't know, between Persona 4 and Persona 5, Atlas released... Hi, Izzy. Between Persona 4 and Persona 5, Atlas released Catherine, which doesn't actually have anything to do with Persona. However, they used it as a test bed for some of their ideas. So, I was thinking that maybe... So after they released Persona 3 Reload, they released Metaphor Refantazio. And I'm wondering if maybe this is going to be a test bed of ideas for Persona 6, which I'm very looking forward to, and I've also heard very good things about this game, so I'm excited to go through it. When the announcement came out, I played like an hour of the trial, and then after that, I was like, I want to play more of it, but I can't justify the $100 price tag. But thankfully today I saw that it was actually on sale, so now I can properly go through it, and I can go through it with all of you who have either not played the game before, or maybe you have and you're wanting to relive the experience of going through it for your first time, living vicariously through me. Who knows? But yeah, I have a bit of extra time now, as the Persona 3 video is pretty much done. I just need to do one last export of it, and it should be ready to go by the end of this week. Yeah, I'm planning on releasing it on Friday. So by the time I do a next stream, which I won't be able to do next week, probably the week after, just because I have a wedding I'm going to. But that will be out, and then I can focus on a couple of other projects before eventually I'm going to come back to the answer. I'm going to leave that until the new year, because, good God, the answer is a bit of a slog to get through, isn't it? It's, you know what, I'll talk about it more in that video, but the combat is just not that balanced, or it's not as balanced as it is in the base game, and there's no difficulty settings on it. But I think enough about that. I do want to get into this game. Again, I've played an hour of it so far, so we'll kind of go over the first thoughts that I have as we come up to them, but so far I've had a positive impression of it. You know, I also don't remember that opening video. I assume there's one, but we'll watch through it again. So I guess without further ado, let's get into it. Oh, right, I do remember this video. I was thinking it was one of the more music video-esque things, but no. Yeah, it starts off the story. He's not looking too well. Hello, Izzy. Have you come back? Hi. I do think this is a pretty strong intro. It shows off not just the death of the king, but there's no mystery involved. It shows you exactly who it was. I feel like he's going to be a very charming villain, like Griffith from Berserk. Yeah, and there was also this idea was introduced where it was there was a storybook about what seemed to be our modern world. And then it had also asked for specifically my name at the beginning here. We'll get into that. There we go. All right. We won't go from that other save again. It's an hour in. We'll just start it again from the beginning. We'll roll it from the top, just so one, I can remember what the hell was going on, and two, so that we have a fresh save here. So this is meant to be us, I assume, so I'm just gonna throw in Zarek. You'll name the protagonist later. Yeah, I didn't catch that at first, so I like to name the characters the canon names, so I accidentally named this, whoever this is, and the protagonist the same name. I think his name's like Mark or something. I'll have to look it back up. Which I don't know if the character we're playing has a canon name, but... I wouldn't say that the fantasy is just in one's imagination, because you can certainly make it real in a sense. Maybe not like magic and myth and all that, but certainly, like, oh, Izzy, there's different kinds of fantasy. I have a little conspiracy board hanging on the wall for Bloodborne already, and Cat likes to mess with it. I need to go and fix it. She's kind of clawed apart the bottom parts of it, but oh well. But no, I think, fantasy can be made real in a sense. Is it a powerless creation? No. We'll start on. Do we want to do hard right off the bat? We're not going to do regicide. You know what? Let's just start with hard. I used to start games on normal, but I don't know. I've been enjoying the extra challenge of it. Yeah, with that guy from the beginning, from what I've seen, it's almost like he's gathered a bit of a, not like quite a cult, but like a following around him. Probably a bad call there, on both of their accounts. Yeah, so from however far in, I have no idea who she is. I'm curious. But I remember one of the things that I thought immediately was that kind of watercolor-esque painted style for the portraits. I actually really like that. It looks really nice. Same with the like the style of the 3D graphics themselves. There's a kind of cell shading to them. As well, one of the things that I'm hoping they introduced it in this game, so that they're planning on putting it in Persona 6. Characters voiced. Oh, need to charge the battery. Hang on a moment. The one thing that I thought was weird, which I guess we'll kind of get into later, was the overworld start to the combat. Because like you fight, Izzy, I can't see. You kind of start off in the overworld fighting things, and then you transition into the turn based. But the dodge button is an interesting thing, just for what it means going forward later in the game, that I'm going to have to be dodging things. Another thing that I thought was weird, but I guess is kind of more of like a Shin Megami Tensei thing, is how the turns were structured. Which, when we get back there, I'm going to have to try and figure that out, because I wasn't 100% on how that worked. With like half turns and all that. Oh, right, I forgot the music is diegetic. Like it's actually playing in the game, just through the fairy beaming it into your brain. I love that. That's hilarious. Neither do I. I also don't like this, but I do like these items. I think. Medicinal herbs. Yeah, they're probably gonna come in handy at some point. Is there anything else to pick up? Hey, Izzy! Hey, no! Oh, Izzy's a year old now, but, oh, I missed what that said. Izzy's a year old now, but, still, I guess, technically a kitten, so she throws tantrums when she doesn't get her way, and what she wants is to be let out, but, we can't really do that at the moment. Hey, what are you doing? So from what I've seen, so there's 8 different tribes, so I assume there's going to be 8 different races. There's the people with horns, or like from what we've seen so far, there's the people with the horns. There are what look like elves that have the long ears there. Clamars and Roissants. So that's 2. There's the dog people, I've already forgotten their names. Fairies, Elda, and I think I saw like one person on the council with like angel wings or something. Alright, move this a little out of the way. There we go. I mean, it'd be a little too obvious if it was Luis that put him under this curse, wouldn't it? Like, yeah, I'm sure he did it indirectly, and maybe someone else did it for him, but... Actually, why don't we move this to the other side so it's a little more out of the way. There, that's better. Yeah, let's talk to Gallica. There we go. Oh, right. Something else that I had noticed when I'd first played this one around the city is that like people will actually react to you. They're not just you don't just walk through them in a lot of the other games. Like these people standing here, they don't really do anything, but the people walking around, like they'll react if you bump into them, which is it's pretty fun. It makes the world feel a little more alive, I suppose, and not just covered in NPCs, like the faceless masses, which I guess that fits for Persona 5. That's kind of the vibe that it's going for, but with this, it makes the world feel just that much more inhabited, I suppose. Accumulator. I guess then we'll eventually figure out what that is. What is wrong with me? Like, what is wrong with the Elda? Oh, well, religion. Always gotta find the scapegoat, I assume. Yeah, she pops up to talk about the... Right. So, yeah, she pops up to talk about the in Igniters or whatever. But looking at her, I mean, let's play the game of spot one of the eventual party members. But usually in these games, you can also find some of those later characters, can't you? So let's actually see if we can spot who we're gonna get in our party later. Oh, hello again, Izzy. Gonna hide up there? There's not much room for you. Let's see who all we can find. Well, within the confines of where we're allowed to walk, I guess. Hey, Izzy! Stop that. You hear birds? There's birds outside. Nope. She's gonna go back to hiding. As long as she doesn't push the stuff out of there. Hello? Are you comfy back there? You can let go of my hand now. I don't want your claws. I'd like to say she's calmed down since the last time I streamed, but she's as energetic as ever. But that's okay. We still love her. Because you're a little sweetie. Ah! I say as she claws at my hand. Not really seeing anyone else here. Another soldier. I'm curious with how the story's gonna go from the little I've seen, because it feels very. So far from what I've seen, the story has a lot to do with like racial injustice. Is kind of the vibe that I'm getting, especially because it seems like there is some that kind of think of themselves as very highly. Like the lack of a better word, I'm just going to call them elves, the ones with the long ears, or the ones with the horns, compared to like the dog-eared ones. What are you doing back there? Do you want me to take some stuff out of there? You're gonna break that, Izzy. Here. That's probably not very comfortable for you, so. That should give her a little more space to lounge around up there. Had to get rid of this from there. Which is, you know what, say what you will about Universes Beyond and Magic, but the Cabbage Merchant from the Avatar set was a pretty funny deck to build. Mainly so that whenever I get hit with like a mass Vandal Blast, I can yell out my cabbages. And it also had that little cart that Taylor got me on Etsy. Yeah, I also want a magic. I want to cast magic. Of course I do. I like playing mages. I like playing spellblades. So I don't think she's going to be a party member, but I think she's going to be like one of our main merchants. And I feel like we'll eventually end up getting that through the story. I don't think that's something we'll end up having to buy optionally. Unless it's a side quest or something, but I feel like if they're pointing it out, it's going to be important. How much is it? Kind of looks like a spine, doesn't it? Like with something in a big rib cage. Yeah, every time a character speaks, I'm in love with these like watercolor portraits. Because like they feel very crisp and very clean, but there's almost like a faded quality to them that makes them feel just a little more. Can't think of the word, but I guess more storybook is kind of what I'm trying to get at. Is there anyone else we can maybe run into? Probably not, but it's at least worth a look around. Hmm. Yeah, Luis definitely feels like a cult of personality. Like people follow him just because he's this great leader. Oh. Yeah, see, there's the kind of angel folk. Oh, I guess they have 4 wings. I thought it was just the 2. It's interesting. You're just gonna kick me out no matter where I go, aren't you? Alright, let's head over to the recruitment center, which is... Is it this one here? Probably. Someone... Oh, yeah, there's another person to talk to. Oh, I like his little helmet there. I hope he's a character. Just that headpiece alone, I hope he's a character. He didn't have a portrait, so it's unlikely, but... See, from what I've seen of the Captain, I do like him. I hope we get more of them. There are some characters where it's just like, yeah, they're obnoxious and they're kind of arrogant and haughty, very like putting everyone else down, but sometimes they just have like that little spark you can't quite put your finger on that's just like, I enjoy watching you do what you do. Just bored. I suppose I have a quick wit. And I will look up the canon name again. I think it's Mark. But I'm gonna double check it. It's Will. Will is the name. Oh, but that's interesting. Depending on the game's language setting, the default name actually changes. Because I think it's... I think it was in 5 and in or Persona 5 and in Reload, if you change your language settings, it actually becomes the default name or something. And that's how people kind of got like, oh, this is the canon name other than through like the manga and the anime. I could be wrong about that, but I guess that would make sense on why there's different canon names for different languages in this game at least. And I do like him. I don't remember his name, but I was interested in like his motivations on like why he's here. I think that's everything then. Yeah, I feel like just talking to him straight up is going to get me in trouble, so let's join the queue. I have a feeling each of the races are probably going to end up being like good at something that's like a typical fantasy thing. Is that like elves are good at magic, dwarves are good at mining and smithing, that kind of thing. So I have a feeling each of the tribes are also going to fall in line with that. Like, I can already take it that the fairies are very naturally magically gifted, considering they don't need an igniter, but I'm curious about the other ones. Thanks. Nice map. What are you doing? Are you trying to eat the other deck box I had to pull away? Yeah, that's the Eldrazi deck box. Well, that's good, because I've already forgotten what he looks like. No, I won't be sarcastic. I'll play Will kind of straight. Because he has very, like, at least right now, he has kind of a basic protagonist kind of vibe to me. I haven't really got a good sense of his personality. Yeah, so this part had me curious. Sure, let's save. I'll just save over the that other playthrough. Did the king have horns? I thought he was a Clamar. But if the prince is his son, he almost looks like he's an Elda as well. So I'm wondering if maybe the royal family are Elda. I think once we kind of catch up to where I was, I want to start giving my theories as to what's going on. Because I have a few so far, but nothing concrete. It's basically just grasping at straws for guesses. Because, I mean, half the fun of playing these games is coming up with theories and trying to guess at the story. Alright, let's head out. I do like as well that this this world has its own calendar system. Like the days are named different, and I assume the months are named different. I'd be curious as to like why they're called what they are, but that's something to look into later. I guess just from Will's perspective, it would be just the one tribe, considering he keeps getting put down for being an elder. I think Utopia is a bit of a stretch. Every world has its problems. I'll back him up. Stroll. I know he's our first party member, and depending on how the game goes, I might just end up keeping him around. I probably will. I usually keep the best friend characters. And now we get into the combat stuff. Hey, Izzy. Hey, what are you doing? I think she just wants some attention. If you come down here, I'll give you some pets. Nah, she's a cat. She'll only accept attention if it's on her own terms. What's Armor gonna do for her and that little helmet piece? Oh, she's with me. Already, she's so much better than Morgana. Like, there's Morgana vibes of her kind of tagging along with you, just in your pocket, but she feels far less annoying than him. But that's mainly just because Morgana was constantly complaining about everything. Trying to conceal his nobility. He's doing a poor job of that. Izzy! Stop that. playing with the blinds. You're gonna rip them down. Alright. Hey. Stop being a little stinky. Stop it. Here, why don't I go get your toy? Oh, she broke her favorite toy the other day. So we have like one of those little automatic vacuums. And she has like a stick and a string and a little toy attached to the end of it. And she thought it was she loves to take it from the upstairs to downstairs, and the perfect time, she thought, this is the best time to do it. I'm going to drag it from upstairs to downstairs, is when that vacuum was going. And she got the string all tangled up in it, and so now we had to cut it out, and so unfortunately her favorite toy is broke. We just need to get a new stick that we can kind of hook it on to. But the other one that she had, she stripped it down because she was chewing on it so much, but she still loves this one. I'm not sure what it is specifically about this one. We have a couple of others, but this one's her favorite, so go chase it. Go play with it. Oh, she's a silly little cat. Alright, now let's get back to the game. Interesting. So I'm wondering, is that actually like humans that have been corrupted somehow, or is it just a name? It's probably not a coincidence, but let's have a little bit of a look around. Oh. It's definitely a design. Izzy, you're getting in the way again. I can't really see what I'm doing. So I want to attack them from behind and then initiate the combat. Okay. So yeah, let's try and get another kind of grasp on the combat here. Because again, I've heard it's similar to like mainline SMT, which I haven't played before. I've only played Persona. Which I've thought about getting into SMT, like with Nocturne. Because apparently that's the one that everyone seems to love. And it did get a remaster not too long ago. Okay. Probably don't want to use up all of our MP right away, so... I don't imagine this game has it. I'm sure it's just having Stroll perform his own stuff as we get accustomed to it, but this game doesn't have tactics, does it? Like, I assume eventually we'll be able to control the party. If we didn't, and we went back to, like, the P3 tactic systems, I'd be completely fine with that. But I have a feeling that's not going to be the case. I think they're just kind of holding off. Right, so we only get 1 point that we can actually allocate per level. I have a feeling Will's gonna end up being our mage. Unscathed Triumph. Oh, yes, we get bonus XP, don't we? I have a feeling the human showing up has nothing to do with us. Well, he's already catching on. Ow! Right, this is the way we're supposed to go. I kind of want to poke around a little bit more. I think there might have been some items elsewhere. Mainly up the top of this tower. I thought up the tower is where we were supposed to go, which is why I went through the door, but... oh well. Yep, there's the item. Anything else of note? Oh, yep. Yeah, I guess maybe at some point I should go through the SMT games just to get a kind of sense of... because, like, I'm sure advancements happening kind of in one series propagate through a lot of the others. Like, especially quality of life upgrades. Oh. Whoops. I did not see the little teeth wandering around. Ooh, and they get an extra turn, don't they? Ooh. Hey, you don't knock things over. That was a close one. Raises physical damage. I'll probably end up doing a mix of magic and physical. Gotta smash all these barrels, obviously. Skills. Well, hopefully we have items. Anything down below? I mean, I'd rather if Stroll didn't use up all of his mana, but... You don't... You can just hit that with a basic attack. Now he does it. Nice. Alright, time to face the human. We're not gonna let him die. go time. I'm wondering if there's any logic behind their designs. Because, like, the body almost looks more like it's a pomegranate. But there's vines with apples all along it, and the wings on its head with mouths, and it looks like fingers. I'm sure it'll get explained eventually, but... Oops. What is it? You gotta stay down here. Izzy, we're not torturing you. The first time I saw this cutscene, my jaw was on the floor. I think it's basically after this that I ended up having to stop playing. But, like, I have so many questions. The design is sick as hell. What are you doing now, Izzy? Don't go playing with the birthday gifts. Hey, I hear you ripping that apart. Like I said earlier, if she doesn't get her way, then she just starts throwing a tantrum. But we can't let you upstairs, can we? Because there's stuff that would make you sick. My mom has to take a bit of medication for a while, just to do with she's had cancer a couple of times, and so there's the threat of cancer again. She has to take some medication, but if the cat gets any of it, even so much as like licking her face, then she'd be very, very, very sick, and we would not be very happy with that. And of course that means she wants to go upstairs, can't, and she's throwing a tantrum about it. Izzy, what if I give you some treats? I can't let you go upstairs, but I can give you some treats. Hopefully that'll keep her happy. Okay, so then this is our persona, essentially. Hi. So yeah, hitting an opponent or scoring. Let's go back. Yeah, that was the thing that I wasn't too sure about, is the half turn thing. Izzy, what are you doing? Are you wanting more treats? Archetype power. I think... let's go for the legs. I see Seeker at the bottom. I think that's the name. Yeah, archetype skill, Seeker. So that's the name of whatever this is. Yeah. You're just going all over the place, aren't you? Yeah, there's the 2 apples left. Again, I'm curious about what the humans are kind of meant to be in this. And what kind of logic dictates them. Just from... because, like, there's the lesser ones down below that were teeth. I don't think the dogs were, because each of them were labeled as, like, homo something, except for the dogs. I think they were just dogs. No, Izzy, we can't let you out. We don't want you getting sick. But then you had the other things, like they were emerging out of the eggs. They almost had like duck bills and they were wearing boots. But this thing here, again, the body almost looks like it's a pomegranate with the little seeds inside kind of spilling out down the bottom. You have the big wings with fingers and mouths on top. Did the top of the king's scepter kind of look like that headpiece there? because I did notice that the King Scepter had kind of like the rib cage thing going on, so I'm wondering if maybe it's trying to emulate that. I mean, I can probably stop and analyze this for however long, but I'm not really gonna glean anything from it without more info. But this one almost feels very. I could almost see this as almost like akin to an angel protecting a garden. The thing that comes to mind is like the Garden of Eden, because it looks like, like biblical angels are very terrifying, and I can see this as being that kind of idea, but instead of eyes, it's mouths and fingers, and the kind of the body is meant to represent the garden itself. So those are my musings for the turn, or for now. Oh, hey, Izzy! You can't keep knocking things over, because we're not letting you out. What would melee do against it? Yeah, not quite as much. Sure, why not? Oh! I forgot the auto was turned on. I think after this I might have to stop and just go entertain her for a little bit, just because she's being a little stinky. And I understand why she wants out, because, you know, there's more room upstairs, but also it's not really our place. Izzy, you can't be doing that. She's just trying to claw at the door. Oh, no, she's trying to eat a cord. I was wondering what she was playing with. Maybe I'll get her other toy as well. Certainly loves this one. Oh, apologies about that. It wasn't a cord that she was chewing on, but my dad was flicking a string underneath the door for her. I was just keeping her in here because so the medicine that my mom was taking is only dangerous if she ingests it, and like normally, my mom can keep Izzy off of her if she needs to. But they were having a nap earlier. I wasn't sure if they were still napping, so I still had the door closed. But no, I guess she ran upstairs to go and play with them, so. You know, as long as the cat's happy. Happy and healthy, especially. We don't want her getting sick. That means I can keep playing for a little while longer. That is a very good question. Now here's the question. So I stopped shortly after this. We meet someone who I assume is going to be our Igor. Someone coming back. Well, Izzy's already back. Oh, and she's left again. What a silly little cat. Maybe Luis is responsible for the prince. I don't know. Oh, okay, so he did. I'm wondering why, though. Like, I feel like it's more than just simple, I want power, I want to be king. I believe it's going to be at my command, actually. Yep, the game's starting to get into its full swing. So I'm curious about how that mission's gonna play out. Is it gonna be like a stealth thing? Are we gonna have stealth mechanics like in P5? If I was to make a guess, I have a feeling, well, Luis is going to survive because he seems like the antagonist of the game, and I feel like Grius is going to end up dying, probably by Luis's hand. Let's talk some more. Oops. Well, that didn't answer any of my questions. Alright. Let's get some rest. I think it means you're our party's navigator. It's not really your fault. You couldn't have expected a human. Oh, I didn't even notice the first time that he has horns. So it's at this point that we've basically caught up to what I had seen before. It seems like these are our social links of this game. The party can now study the Seeker once unlocked in academia. So the party. So I'm only making a guess on what is going to happen, but I have a feeling that with each social link, which it looks like there's 8 ranks to it, we'll unlock a new archetype that we can equip. And obviously the more that we level up that bond, the more stronger it will be. My question is, do the party members get their own archetypes, or are we allowed to kind of swap them out? More like, what was it? I think you could do that with Persona 2, was that you weren't limited to their original personas, you could actually swap them around. So I'm wondering if that's the same here, and we can kind of take the archetypes and build our party with them. What can I see what this does? Allows the party to change between archetypes once unlocked. So yeah, I have a feeling that might be something that we can do, because it does specify the party. So I have a feeling like we're going to be able to equip our party members with these archetypes, which I have a feeling it's going to, like, I mean, it feels like it's going to be self-explanatory what a lot of these archetypes are meant to be. Like, when you think of a story, the archetype of a character like the trickster, the king, the knight, the poet, the prophet, that kind of thing. And I have a feeling that's kind of what we're going to end up getting with these archetypes. Is like that's what they're going to be, rather than like gods or demons or something, which is I like that it is deviating from SMT, and it's kind of coming up with its own new and unique designs and monsters. Because like it's fun to have that connection to SMT, but I feel like this way they're allowed to do more with it. And so you have a feeling like this is going to be our Igor. We're going to talk to him to deal with all of our things with academia and with archetypes. Maybe it's him that we actually use to strengthen them, other than through leveling up the social links. Maybe the social links will unlock new abilities that we are allowed to invest into, and it's by talking to more that we get to bring that out. In which case, this place, academia, will end up being our version of the Velvet Room. So yeah, past this point, I have no idea about anything that happens in the rest of the game. So the rest of this will be blind, which I'm excited for, because again, I'm interested in the story so far. Is Luis gonna have an archetype? Okay. So then let's stop through the mines. We haven't really gotten much on the church yet, but I have a feeling they're going to be a big part of this. Considering they're like, oh, the Elda or demon magic wielders. And now they're shutting down the Magla mines. If we're being watched, that means we're probably going to get a new party member soon, maybe? If it's not here, then it's either going to be in the mines, or it's going to be in the capital, maybe that pink-haired dog girl. Let's try and find our way through here. No, we fought these dogs. These were the dogs from the castle. Okay, so we can essentially just kill things without actually having to enter into combat if they're weaker than us. It's not too bad. Yeah, I'm guessing... Oh. I'm guessing this is kind of meant to be the tutorial area for, like, actually properly going through the game's combat. Oh, we can restart. Those things hit hard. Ooh, thank God. Okay, so there's some stuff over there. Oh. Let's try and take it down. Oops. Ooh, nice. That's not what I meant to do. I meant to heal. I wanted skills. It's left, or it's right. Yeah, no need for the traditional combat there. So, unknown. Attack fell. That's... They're all targeting me. Okay. Probably just one more turn to kill it. Man, things hit. I assume it's just because I'm on hard difficulty, but goddamn, everything's hitting like a truck. Ooh, merchant. So I'm guessing there's going to end up being different tiers of humans. Let's see what he has to purchase. I feel like at this point, if we end up having someone die, I would just want to restart it, just to get a better flow of the combat. Can I just sell all this? Yep. I'll buy one revival medicine in that case. So either that monster is the one that we already faced, or more likely we're going to encounter it in the mine. It is normal, so... Oh, fuck, there's 3 of them. But they're... okay, they're weak. Okay, I think I'm starting to get the idea, because it doesn't really seem like there's the one more system. I don't want to use up all my mana immediately. Nice. Yeah, it doesn't look like it uses the one more system. So I will need to kind of consider my turns. And then there's no all-out attacks, which is unfortunate, but also understandable because those can really sweep the game. If anything, I have a feeling that this is probably closer to how SMT plays. Like, just from the bits that I've seen. Yeah, as long as we can keep them stunned, then we should be able to get through this relatively easily. Ooh, crow. Shit. Don't go for the crows, is what I'm getting. Ooh, oh no. Oh, 1 health. It's gonna be bird. Yep. And okay, we're supposed to go this way. Let's just avoid the birds. The birds are probably bad. I'm guessing this is teaching us something new. Alright. I see. Yeah, no. Oh, Jesus. Even with guarding, that hurt. Your formation will affect the damage party members deliver and receive depending on their position. Okay, I see. So you kind of want your mages more in the back. Interesting. So how do I... Oh. Oh, I see. Okay. So it's probably wanting me to sit back a bit. Interesting. Probably take him out, and then they'll take out that one. I do like that with positioning, because that adds another element of I know with a lot of games there's almost like a fine line between too complex and adding more complexity makes it more fun. Like it's a very fine line to walk. But some of the mechanics so far have been interesting in a good way. We get to talk to the merchant again. Got anything new? Nope, not really. I guess we have some stuff to sell. guess we're gonna find that out. Maybe they didn't want the igniters in the hands of the public. Maybe that's why the mines were closed by the church. He's not suggesting that maybe the humans are being sent upon people by someone, is he? We should hopefully be fine. Maybe we'll unlock another archetype in there. Like, I want to see what more of these archetypes are. So then, yeah, they have something to do with the humans. Yeah, no, I'm trying to... Oh, he escaped. I just wanted to give them a little more space and then charge in, but... Oh. Jeez, they really did come out of nowhere. So is Luis either commanding the humans or in league with someone who is? There's not enough... How long is this game, actually? Because, like, we're barely in it. Let me look it up quick. Because, like, I already have so many questions. How long is Metaphor? Oh, 60 to 80 hours, Jesus. I thought it was less time than that. I thought it was closer to like 40 to 50 for some reason. I think I had heard that somewhere, but... No, well... Oh, more people. Anything back here? Nope. There's gonna be a human down there, isn't there? Oh, or it's him. He's right, I honestly should have been expecting that. I mean, I can see the logic. It's not very good logic, but... Are we getting his awakening? Is he gonna awaken to an archetype? I think we're getting an awakening scene. Called it. Oh, come on, let's see what it is. Let's see what he is. Does he have his own? I guess it makes sense that other people would too. Using it as a microphone. Figured there was going to be some kind of knight. He feels like he's going to be a fire user. Actually, let's when it goes back to his turn, let's actually have a look at what it is. Yeah, we're gonna have to take out the ads first. And yeah, I guess now that he's unlocked his archetype, the warrior. Okay. Yeah, now that he's unlocked his archetype, we actually get to control him, whereas we don't get it with the other guy. All right. So yeah, I'm gonna send Will to the back when it's his turn again. Oh, I guess it actually says their archetypes even without going to their turn. I didn't even catch that. Probably should have moved him up to do more melee damage, but actually, you know what? We have plenty of mana. I shouldn't be needing to do that. Oh, geez. Okay, so I didn't even catch this as well, but it looks like even physical skills cost mana, which is different. I'll have to keep that in mind. Ooh, uniform. Nice. Yeah, you're gonna be our physical attacker. Oh, sorry about that. My mum came down. I mean, yeah, he's already one of us. We're brothers in arms. He definitely feels like the best friend character. Nice. The party can now study the warrior. Back to academia? Yep. And now we'll get our proper explanation. Yeah, I remember that. Of course. I figured it was going to lead to another link. The mage. So how many of these are there? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36. It looks like there's 38 of them. Jesus. Called it. The lineage chart. Okay. I did see that we were gathering something called mag. Alright, let's see what he has. Okay, so it's the ones that are already existing. So this one is elemental attacks. I feel like the Seeker fits Grius more and will end up sitting in as the mage. Yeah. Yeah, we'll give that one to Grius. I feel like eventually he'll get a social link, and then maybe we'll switch him to whatever his link gives us. Changed equipment. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna want to change mine, because we're gonna do the mage. Ooh, I like this design. Skill descriptions. Ooh, recovers MP each time an enemy is stunned or defeated. That's that's good. Next few skills. Raises max MP. Increases magic skill attack by 10%. Oh, and there's an explanation as well. Channel the mage. Yes. Then... Okay. So... It's a little different than what I was expecting it to be. It looks like we'll unlock more as we level up with our links. But that makes me curious, because some of them only have 2. And some of them have 3, and then some of them have 4. Well, we're gonna leave you kind of as you are. What's this? Oh, that's just, I guess, the currently equipped archetype. I guess we could actually... Oh. So, I guess the voice is also going to be a character. Rank 1 of 20. Let's get the details. So, increases physical skill attack. Oh, I see. So, the more these we get from actually leveling them up. So we're probably going to want to end up leveling up a few for each character, depending on the situation. All right. Gain useful strategic knowledge by attending lectures or reading books. Royal virtues. Oh, what's he doing now? Oh, she knocked something over, but thankfully it wasn't a big deal. Here we go. I wanna read some of these books. I wanna learn more about this. The royal magic. It does look like the Seeker. So I'm guessing each of the people that the archetypes are meant to embody are going to end up being characters, with the Seeker meaning to be us. All right. Plateau. Not sure what the hero's incense is for, but I guess we'll learn about that. Tactics. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. We're probably going to end up wanting a variety of them. Alright, yeah, because it asked me to swap out my equipment, and now I'm wielding a staff. So I'm wondering how that's gonna affect anything. Oh great, we're gonna have social stats too. Those were always so fun to level up, and definitely didn't lock us out of things in Persona. And it does look like there's a day system, so... Alright, we just got a mysterious book we can't read. Oh geez, there's a lot here. Let's see what yielding turns is. Okay. Okay, so there's more strategy in the system like this. I think formations, that was like going forward and back. Yeah. Yeah, we've already gone through that. Oh, nope. Not what I meant to do. Oh, I sped through it again. Negated attacks. Okay. Okay. What kind of status ailments are there? Okay. This is a lot of physical ailments. What kind of mental ones are there? Making it anxiety being ally only is interesting, because then we don't have to worry about the protagonist getting that. All right. And then I think this is, I think I might have already figured this out, but yeah, receive bonus XP. I feel like leaving through the door is just gonna take us out of here. Oh, okay, so this is all stuff on the different archetypes. Okay. It said the Swordmaster and the Samurai. I'm guessing that as we increase Stroll's social link, we'll get those two archetypes as well. I see. What do we get from the Mage? The Wizard and the Elemental Master. And there's a dark one as well. Maybe like a Warlock or something. Oh. So it's not actually much of a powerful attack, or it's just for hitting weak points. That's good to know. The Magic Seeker and the Soul Hacker. Alright, I'm glad that it kind of gives us an idea on... We can see them before they emerge. Oh... That'll be nice. Archetype advancement. So I'm guessing each archetype kind of has stats with it, and the character has stats, and those are kind of combined together. And so if we switch archetypes, we're going to be switching around our stats. And ranking up the base archetype. Okay. So if we want some of those higher leveled ones, we will have to kind of work our way up towards them, not just through equipping them. So if one ends up emerging where it fits better for another character, we need to make sure that we level up the base version of that. So what are the other ones that we can unlock? So we had Seeker, the Mage, and the Warrior. There's also the Knight. I guess I can't really check these, can I? Yep. The Knight, Thief, the Masked Dancer, Summoner sounds interesting, Berserker. Hello. Healer's probably going to be invaluable. Gunner, Brawler, Faker. That one sounds interesting. I wonder what that'll do. Merchant, that's also interesting. I'm very curious about how some of these are going to play. Commander. And something else. I have a feeling Commander's going to be like party-wide buffs. I can't even begin to imagine what the Merchant would be. I feel like it would be another support one. Faker might be... I might want to say almost like debuffs? Like using feints and taunts and such, maybe? I'm curious about the different physical ones, because like there's the Brawler, the Knight, and the Warrior, and how they're going to be kind of different from each other. I feel like the Brawler's going to be more like critical hit based, maybe? Gunner, that's just going to be a ranged one. Healer, so like I feel like the Gunner's going to be like our ranger. Berserker, that's probably just gonna be like an all-out attacker. Summoner, maybe we'll get like little summons, like little monsters we can get into battle with us. The Masked Dancer, I wonder if that's gonna be a debuff and status ailment one, like a charm. Thief, I mean, that's fairly standard. That's going to be a damager. The Knight, that's probably going to be a tanking class. I think we've found everything we can find in this library. So why don't we go talk to Moore again? I think we might have found all this information in the library, but... So, it's almost like... Yeah, research documents on archetypes kept on their respective bookshelves. So, like I am comparing this a lot to Persona because it feels very Persona-esque. And like one of the things there is that each, like what the Personas are meant to represent, are always meant to be a reflection of the game's themes. Like P3, it is kind of overcoming their fear of death and their dedication to living their lives. P4, it is accepting themselves and accepting the truth of who they are. And P5, it is the spirit of rebellion within them. It is not wanting to sit idly by as injustice occurs. And with this, it seems to be, like it says, it is protecting yourself from your anxieties. And I'm wondering if it's more of like a manifestation of one's courage to overcome that. And like we're not really far enough in to kind of get the main point of the story. But we're already getting things like there's a lot of racial injustice in this world. There's a lot of people that are scared and they're looking for a prophet or a messiah. So I'm trying to put some pieces together at the moment, but I don't think I'll really have too much by the end of this stream. Actually, you know what? This might also be a good ending point. Now, does he have something to say? Alright. Yeah, I think this might be a good place to end it off. You know, I'm going to end up keep looking at things in this library if I keep going on, so... I mean, I'm liking it so far. It's interesting. I'm curious about how, like, what kind of archetypes, not that we'll get because we've seen them, but like who will give them? Is it just going to be potential party members? Is it going to be, like I thought the one woman there was going to be like a merchant for us? Is she going to potentially give us an archetype? but remain as a merchant. Actually, that would make sense if she was to give us the merchant archetype. I probably won't be able to play again next Sunday because I'm going to a wedding, but I can probably do it again the Sunday after that. I'm curious to see where it goes from here, because like we're through the mines now, so next we'll be going over to the capital and dealing with the assassination, and I feel like we're gonna get another party member there. Either to swap out, or maybe our party will end up being only 3 people at a time. I hope it's 4. I like playing with 4, but just because it means I can stack more into the party. But I suppose we'll find that out. Yeah, it's interesting so far. I'm enjoying it, and I can definitely see the influence from Persona, and as we'll go along, I suppose we'll see how much more new stuff they're adding in that maybe is an indication of like they're toying around with ideas for Persona 6. I don't know how much of the combat is based off of SMT, but I can see how it's wanting to work. I'm kind of starting to get it. It's interesting. I'll need to play around with it a little more. See how I can kind of adjust to it. Oh wait, there was one other thing that was mentioned that I want to check out, because I just saw it here. Royal Virtues. What is this? Oh, that's the social stats thing. Never mind. I'm not thinking. But yeah, I guess I'll end this off here and